So as mentioned, we're going to be doing a cheese fondue. There is a French word for this, and I'm sure if you're at home, you know what the French word is. It starts with a C, coquin, quan, crocolot. But a chocolate, yeah, it's just a chocolate. But today we're gonna call it a electric fondue pot. If you guys have ever seen one of these or been to melting pot, it's one of those. I, I think doing a cheese fondue is one of the easiest things that you can possibly do. You can either go in terms of cooking, you can either go extremely expensive on the cheese fondue, or you can go really cheap. Go to your local Seder Brothers and grab some blended cheeses and just throw it in there. I mean, you can get this all down, I would say, about under $20 as a cheap version. If you're going really fine on the wine and fine on the cheese, you can go up there and get up there pretty pricey, about around hundreds. So for today, we definitely didn't do around the hundred. We like to be on a budget here at Long Live Junto. So what we'll be going over is first I'll go over all of the ingredients that we're going to be using. I will go into, as I'm working on the processes, I'll talk about some best practices I've learned. I've definitely done this enough with my wife where I've had plenty of mistakes. Cheese has gone bad, chocolate's gone bad, too milky, too burned. I mean, you kind of name it, I've done it. So we'll definitely be going over that. This possibility could happen today because we're amateur chefs here.
We're balling on a budget.
That's balling on a budget. That's it. And so first and foremost, so just as we're moving along, go ahead and add your comments in the chat. If there's any suggestions that you guys have for next time, or something to even add to the cheese. I mean, we've got dippers that we're going to be using. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and throw those out there. Nightmare is going to be monitoring all that, so might give you some we'll get some feedback to you guys as we're working on it. So first and foremost, going over the ingredients today, we have a garlic. We've got a friend joining here today. He's going to be off camera. Yeah, garlic's always a great ingredient that we're gonna be starting with. Always gives it a really good taste. A big thing that I thought I had out, but I did not have is, and we got the rest of the group talking. There she is. Yep. So you definitely want a dry white wine. What's up, buddy? Got friends coming over. Dry white wine. You definitely do want to do white wine, especially with cheese. Driest the better. It gives it this taste that it just works perfectly with the cheese. I've done some pretty cheap white wines in my time, and that's been pretty bad, where it did not taste good. So if you're gonna be doing this, I would suggest going at least $20. I know that's probably cheap to most people that drink wine. That's way too much for me for drinking wine. So second thing that we're going to have, and I would say, is cornstarch. So we're going to do a couple teaspoons of that. Lemon juice. There are some people that love just doing the regular lemon. I just go here with the ingredients. How are we doing on sound? Good, we're good. Yeah, we have a fan here, a fan of the Long Live Tuto podcast. He goes by Anonymous. K-Town. That's just K-Town.
Right. If you ever come on, you're K-Town.
And then the last part, this is an optional, is nutmeg. This, I don't know what it is about this, but this is really delicious. It adds to it. It's just that you're getting a bunch of different flavors as you're putting this together. The cool part is if your dippers have any type of garlic or onion salt seasoned with it, you're just gonna get a really good flavor once you got this going moving forward. So first and foremost, what you're gonna want everyone to start with is a garlic. Do a half clove. The goal of doing this too is you want to get the garlic clove all the way just spread out. So you're going to crush it, kind of get it all there. And some people say to leave it. Make sure I'm jiggling it like crazy. Some people say to omit or remove the garlic. I leave it in there because why not? You know. Ooh, this is not the best knife. Yeah. Yeah, but this is. I got it. This isn't, because that's not sharp like being at my house. Yeah, garlic's one of those like they say it's like God's medicine in terms of nature. Yeah,
I
whenever you
always
have like
over garlic
sore
things.
throats or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, so you just want to get it crushed as much as you can. Tossed in there. Now, for people at home that don't want to do this with white wine, I've never tried it with anything else. Um, did make the mistake of not one time putting a cup of white wine in there, and the cheese burned like crazy. So you definitely want to get some type of liquid in there. I'm sure there's other good options out there. I wonder if like water. I don't even know if like milk may not be that bad, but then for like another option for wine. But so white wine definitely gives it that flavor, I would say, as you're kind of working on it.
You should definitely do some kind of alcohol, like some
Mhm.
like maybe some sherry or cooking brandy. Brandy
Yeah.
would probably be really good. Just a little splash, because like alcohol cooks out and it's just for flavor.
Yeah, brandy is in we that's one of usually the suggested for a steak broth or when you're doing the beef broth or chicken broth. That's one of those ones you'll typically see. K-Town, have you ever had fondue? This is the first. Yeah, so the first time I had fondue was at the Melting Pot, and that place is extremely expensive. No disrespect, but it is it's a pretty penny, and um, there was one in Irvine. Oh man, I'm telling the whole world where we're at. But there was one in Irvine, but I don't know. I don't know with pandemic how they're doing. It's definitely one of those like. I mean, I feel like the Melting Pot's like one of those romantic places, but it definitely had where you can kind of be secluded. You know.
Yeah, there was one in Fullerton, and I took a date there, or I took my ex girlfriend there, and,
Damn,
and
it's
yeah,
like anniversary status.
now it's gone, and it's just like all the other melting pots are like far away. It feels like, and
It's like Sizzler.
yeah, it's exactly like Sizzler.
Yeah, Melting Pot Sizzler. It's the same. Alrighty. So I just want to note too, just for everybody there, this isn't plugged in yet. We'll be moving the whatever the French word for that is, the electric fondue pot, as we get to the table with K-Town and Nightmare. I just want to make sure, is K-Town okay, or is that too much? We'll go anonymous. Anonymous better. Okay. He's transferred his name to anonymous. Just want to make sure. So anonymous and yeah. So next part, you guys definitely want to do. So as I mentioned, 1 cup of white wine. So, bam. Am I good on? Am I good doing swell on this? Looks like it's moving around. Okay. The one other cool thing about doing this or doing a fondue is you always have to buy a good amount of ingredients. So I feel like as you're working on it, you'll have enough to make like multiple days. You know.
I feel like this is one of those things that you can like never have too much.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, the more the
yeah,
merrier.
and it's like if you do screw up, you can try again. And
Yeah, if you keep
it's
screwing
fast.
up, you have wine to
Yeah,
hold down.
just to
Yeah.
drown your sorrows.
Yeah. We've all been there. So next part, so mixing the, excuse me, mixing the. So we're gonna start putting this cheese. I'm gonna open it up and then start grating it into this bowl. Big part about this is a time sucker. I used to have, and I've purchased this recently. You want a nice size grater. Doesn't take as much time to get done. Because I had one of the world's smallest ones that I got, I think, from like Walmart or Target, and man, that thing. Oh man, I felt like I got a workout on my forearm and my shoulder, and I had to ice it. Yeah, that'll work if you want. Yeah, I was just kind of going with what you had. Substitution. Oh yeah. This is Igor. This is Igor. That's anonymous had made that. We made that joke. Being the Igor of the group. Did you have a good work day? Oh, you didn't? Oh, I saw that. Did you just have it off today? Thursday and Friday's off.
Must be nice.
Alrighty. Yep, so this is definitely not the fun part. I don't know why every time I go to Ralph's that they don't have grated cheese. They have grated cheese, but it's not the best quality. You know, it's not, you're not getting like a Gruyere or a Gouda or a nice Swiss. Very alarming. So the cheeses that we did today are, like I said, Gruyere and Swiss. Definitely more milkier. So it definitely gives that good milky taste as you're eating it. I've made the mistake of going and purchasing the wrong Swiss, where it was more of like a sharp Swiss, and man, that thing was kicking. Another good one that, and I think I had it originally on the agenda, but I could not find it at Ralph's, was it's like a chili pepper Gouda or chili pepper Gruyere, and man, it was so yummy. It had like just enough of like a little kick on it. Oh, it was decadent.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it was perfect. I was like, man, I'm getting to a point where there are times where I'm done where I was just like, I don't want to grade, and I'm just like, why don't we just, the Mexican cheese blend, just go. They have those big pouches. You might as well just go with that.
I was gonna say you get like the big block of mild cheddar or some Colby Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, that stuff's good.
I remember. So I always tell this story. I think every time I talk to my wife, but I used to work at Ralph's in the service deli, and one of the things that we would get this. Anyone that knows, deli closes usually around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and we would typically get this lady, and she'd come in at 9 o'clock p.m. on the dot, and she would ask for 2 to 3 pounds of Gruyere cheese shredded, and so we'd have the slicers cleaned. We're about to start working on closing down the deli, and she would she'd put my arm to work doing that. And it made me always wonder what she did with that, and now I understand what that lady loved her fondue. She'd be there every Friday.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. She probably got there's probably just a power. I bet you they're always think about people that come, they come at 9 o'clock on when places closing, come right o'clock or open the door. There's probably like a power surge that they get.
Is it on purpose or is or they just
to see
dumb?
the despair in people's eyes, as you're like the hope is just gone. Like, hey, we're not going to party this Friday night. We've got to cut Helga's 3 pounds of Gruyere cheese.
Do you ever like subtly say to her like, "Hey, we close right at 9. Could you come at like 8:45?" Like,
one time,
just do us a favor.
One time I had to. I don't remember what plans I was going, but one time I turned the lights off, and then I got reported for turning the lights off at like 8:58. They looked at, because she had complained to the keys to the if you ever go to the market, the key is usually the person they have up front, and I guess she had complained. I wonder if she's watching this live stream right now, just thinking, God.
I tweeted it out to her specifically. I hashtagged her and I added her.
Vengeance. I mean, you get stuff like that all the time. Restaurants, I feel bad for, because it's definitely, as I was a server, cooks got it the worst. They're probably just sitting there, just like, yeah, exactly, like waiting. And so just working on the grading. One thing that you'll see across the subjective is that you'll get people that will add the cheese as it's kind of melting. So people will do that. That's really optional if you want to do that or not. I've yet to taste the difference. I've done both. The reason why I just do it all at once is I like to just, I mean, I'm eating it in real time. So it's, you know what I mean? It's not like where I'm serving it and then I could just like, I'm serving you guys and sprinkling in there and kind of thing. But it's more of like, I've got to eat this while so it's
Wait,
like
is that an
dump it in
option?
there.
You serving us and I just sit here.
Cards right,
Oh.
I feel like that's everyone said that's better online, but then I've done that and it's like I feel like it didn't really make a difference. Maybe it's just my cooking is the problem, Could be just not. I'm not up to par with those people online.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, it's not you, it's not me. Wait, no, it's you, it's me. Not you. I got tongue twisted there. Yeah. The hard words. Horseradish. Horseradish.
Do you like say the sh at the end of radish on horse? Is that what screws you up?
Horseradish. Horseradish. Yeah, that was a struggle though. I don't know. Social studies was the same thing. It was like the S with the C, I think, or maybe. Yeah, there's something about it doesn't roll off the tongue for me.
Tip of the tongue, tip of the teeth.
The worst is when you're in front of people that are important in some fashion where you don't want to sound like an idiot. So you avoid certain words, like so if the worst would be if they put a social studies book in front of me and a horseradish sauce. And
hey, what kind of side do you want with your prime rib? Oh God, no, I can't say it.
The white stuff, ranch.
Oh yeah, that would come off really well.
Just bring the ranch out. I love Grey Poupon. I've been having that recently. So you guys noticed today we're just doing cheese and chocolate fondues. But you're able to do, as I mentioned before, you're able to do like a beef or a chicken broth. Beef, I would recommend, especially if you can do like a filet mignon or a top sirloin for the steak and get it seasoned. And what's really cool about that, Nightmare had mentioned, I think you said brandy, right? Did you say brandy? Brandy, yeah. Brandy goes really well with that. And horseradish goes perfect as a dipping sauce. Same with sriracha. My wife really loves the sriracha as a sauce.
It's funny, I don't really like sriracha, like as a flavor. It's like only with like pho. Like I don't like even with even with like Chinese food. Like I just don't find it. It's just like sweet tomato sauce to me.
The one thing that I've had it with where it saved a drink that I don't like vegetable juice. So I don't like Bloody Marys at all. And I had it with Bloody Mary one time, and that was the only time that I've been okay with drinking a Bloody Mary was when sriracha was in it, because I think it distorted it enough.
Did they substitute the tomato for sriracha, or was it just added?
I'm not sure. It said it was like one of those places where they have like multiple Bloody Mary. Well, they had like it was like a Sunday morning. It was Watson's. Watson's had it, and they had like a whiskey Bloody Mary and like all the with bacon and inside of it, and they had like all these like different variations, and one of them was a sriracha. And so I think when I had gone, the bartender said I was ragging saying I'm not a big fan of Bloody Marys, and the bartender said, yeah, you definitely should try. Even if you're not a fan, you'll most likely love it, and I ended up loving it a lot. I should have given you guys bread. You can eat the dry bread right now as an appetizer.
You could probably give it a little more pressure. You're not really getting much on the other end of that.
Yeah, I keep cutting my hand when I do it.
Harder. If there's no pain, no gain.
I'll be going to Kaiser Permanente after this.
That's not on the. That's not on the. That's not on the recipe. Is Max's blood and skin fragments? So let's. Oh, beef, silly goose.
I like how you.
Yeah, just jumped in there. I think I'm the only one whose name has been accidentally leaked.
Which is funny because you go kind of by two names.
Yeah.
So I just dumped the cheese in there, get it mixed in with the white wine.
If you want to grab the camera and show.
Yeah. So it's mixing in there. We still got some work to do with the Swiss. I'm gonna finish off the gruyere and then get it going. Is Cameron in a good spot? That's good. Nice. So the other time I had to be kind of like the producer dude while doing this, and that's why.
Whoa. Camera being a little baby. No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It was like freaking out.
This camera's an omen.
It's my computer. HP Omen. Ah, private.
We're gonna keep. Yeah, we gotta. Oh, never mind. I just noticed no light on. Yeah, so this is the definitely the time-consuming part of the segment. Do we have any comments? Does anyone love us? Damn, it's cold world.
We got some viewers. I don't know if they're actually in there, but got Goichi saying he's hungry, and I concur. Chat, what's up? Say what's up, chat.
Alrighty, I'm gonna shift it over. I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit. Bang. Get a nice dump in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's not, especially today. That's not a good thing. But we will not bring that up to the audience here. Yeah, go for it. Oh yeah, there you go. Up and down. Oh, here, just show me. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do that because I've done it before. It's gonna be faster this way.
Harder. Faster.
That's what like my father-in-law had slicers, and it's like, man, that'd be one of those cool things to have. But it's like, how often question is like, how often would you really use it, you know? And then it takes up like all this space.
Have you seen that that contraption or whatever where it's like a crank and like you put the cheese in? So it's like a cylinder with like a kind of like a juicer, but you put the cheese in and you like crank it.
Oh man.
And it shoots out shredded cheese like crazy.
Part of me, when we were else, probably should have just asked them to shred the cheese for us, you know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part is people would get it. They would bring these blocks of cheese up to us, so they wouldn't even be in the deli, and they would bring them up and they say, "Hey, can you shred them?" We're just like, we do it in, yeah. It's been a. How often do I fondue? I would say it's been consistent, especially with COVID. It's an easy, like I said, it's an easy dish to put together. So with COVID and being at home all the time, it's one of those things I think we do at least once a month. But frequently, I would say it's been a lot more frequently within the last like month. I would say we've done it at least 3 times. Very special occasions, but like I said, my wife really loves it, so it's one of those things like get it moving on, or we'll get it. We'll lost my train of thought. We'll get it going a lot more than than we probably had in 2020. So I would say we really enjoy it, and then it's a lot of work though, a lot of cleanup, especially if you throw in the beef fondue part of it. We just like push a button. It's like a machine gun. Like our microphones.
What up, Nalo? How you doing, bud?
Nala?
Yeah, we got a viewer. Nalo Malo. What up, dude?
So once we get this grated, next part's gonna be getting the lemon juice in. Got a comment here.
Yeah, Nala loves cutting cheese. I mean, Beef loves cutting the cheese.
I do love.
Why do you think he's all the way over there and I'm here?
That was a joke that was, like I mentioned, the deli. That was a joke that was said way too often by dads that'd come in there, and then like sometimes the dads would, like when a guy laughed at his own jokes, and you're just like, I think the laugh makes you like smile. That's like it would be like 7 a.m. and I'd open, and people come in and they're like, can you cut the cheese? And then they just start laughing, and you're just like, man. It's like I was in college and I'm hungover. I don't want to listen to that.
That's literally how your dad does jokes.
Yeah.
I love it.
My dad jokes are the best from other dads, but then when you see it in real time from your dad sometimes, I think as I've gotten older that's changed, but I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like in real time when you're younger, you're like, why? Why, God, why?
I don't get it. I don't get the dad jokes.
My dad's like an obvious joke. He'll say a lot of obvious jokes where you knew that was coming. I feel like that's his thing. And then definitely the dirtier. Oh, not dirty. I would just say we have a lot of bathroom humor, I would say.
Suggestive.
The rest of it, to make it quick, I'm gonna just kind of dump in there. Don't wanna get you guys is this good? This is a good story.
Oh God, yes. That cheese, delicious cheese.
That food porn's going on. Will not lie, I'm already got a sweat going down my back right now.
We just did a solid shoulder exercise for like 20 minutes.
So I'll just break the remaining pieces apart and just kind of get them in there. I'm drinking soda as a hydrator. It's odd, huh? I'm talking to other people and while kind of looking at you at the same time.
Yeah, you got a free set of steak knives there, Coach.
We need some of those.
But we're not done yet.
Alrighty. So nutmeg, I do about a teaspoon. I think that might be overkill for some people, but it definitely adds that flavor. So, bam. I did a half teaspoon. Cloves of garlic, yeah. Did I say half teaspoon? I meant half a clove. Or not half a clove. Whatever the whole half of a. Yeah, what's it called? What's the whole thing called? Just garlic? Okay, just want to get this mixed in. So as I mentioned, you had the white wine already going. And then next.
So, the entire garlic is called a head or a knob.
Okay, good to know that.
And each small segment is called a clove.
Oh, there we go. Like I said, we're amateurs here.
We got Ms. Blason in the chat saying clove. Coach, Coach, we're gonna be dipping potatoes, bread, broccoli. What else?
That's going to be, so those three are going to be used for the fondue. And then for the chocolate fondue, we're going to do strawberries, Rice Krispies, apples, and bananas. And bananas are like, I think bananas are the best. And
did you say marshmallows?
Marshmallow, the Rice Krispies have marshmallows in there, and I think I did bring marshmallows. Oh yeah, I did. Marshmallows are also there as well.
I saw them and I was really hopeful.
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of that out of our apartment, so.
Yeah, those Snapple facts were just for you, Goichi. Snapple. Bananas frozen, room temperature. Should we throw the bananas in the freezer just to?
No, it'll be good fridge. I put the bananas in there.
Yeah. Okay.
They've been sitting there for about an hour. Alrighty, so next part we're gonna do, and so did we do? We did not do the lemon, so I didn't catch myself. All right, so you want to get a full teaspoon of lemon juice. I know a lot of people would say you should be squeezing a lemon, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, this is Italian lemon juice. It's really yummy because it's Italian. And it's from Ralph's, and it was the cheapest one on the shelf. So I washed all these. Next part we're going to do is we're going to steam. So this is also a pro tip. If you are doing broccoli or potatoes, do not do them raw. Like, don't put them into the cheese raw. They're pretty hard. It ends up being pretty hard when you're taking a bite out of it, and then it's not enjoyable. If you steam it don't even fully steam it, just steam it for a little bit, enough to loosen it up. Man, it makes significant difference in the way it comes out. So, and then we're gonna use this. So it reminds me of the
Office.
No, but go ahead and tell us how it reminds you of the Office.
Where so it's when Michael is like waiting to see if Holly's gonna break up with her boyfriend because of the New Year's resolution, and he finds out that she didn't, and he gets all upset, and he makes like a big stink about the New Year's resolutions, and Kevin's was to eat more vegetables, and so he goes into Michael goes into the kitchen, grabs a whole stalk of broccoli, and during a meeting is like force feeding Kevin broccoli from the butt end, and he doesn't know how to eat it, so he eats from the stem. And
from this side?
Yeah, he eats. He starts eating from the stem, and everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And why are you eating it like that? And Kevin looks over. He goes, "This is a new food for me. I don't know how you're supposed to eat it."
Was it like warmed up at all?
No, it was raw. It was raw broccoli.
Dude, that actor.
Yeah,
that's how you get paid the big bucks, right there.
He's a champ.
Nolo Malo is a friend.
Yeah?
Friend.
He is my friend. He's
Far
here.
away.
God, that episode is so good.
This is a family show.
Yeah, that is a great episode.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm good. Getting a lot of backseat driving there. No, that doesn't make a difference. Plus, we don't have a lot of room here. That's the other problem. So next part, potatoes. I've seasoned these. I don't know. Do you guys have garlic here? Or garlic powder? You do, yeah. I might throw some. Those will be good. The broccoli's gonna be good. I think the potatoes, not so much. I think we're good with the nutmeg, and then because it's already got nutmeg, white wine, and then I'm gonna put pepper on it, and then it's pretty salted up. Okay. Okay, thanks, buddy. Yeah, and these potatoes are red potatoes. Those are like my favorite by far. They're also the easiest to cut. They're like my same with like whenever I eat a potato salad, that's like my go-to for making.
My mom makes really good smashed red potatoes.
Your fam on Family on everything.
So good.
How those tacos how the tacos come out? The fried tacos.
Oh, they were so good. Like and we had like all the fixings, dude. We had like cilantro, avocado, beans, cheese, green onions.
Dang, that's the
Yeah,
worst.
it was literally the works, and it was so good. My dad was spoiled.
So for everybody at home, Nightmare's family, both mom and dad are like amazing cooks. They do a really good job. Like their home cooking's top notch. Especially I was a teenager when I first started having their food, and it's bomb. That's all I'll say. But did you for I think his birthday, right? Your birthday or Christmas? For when you got the cookbook? Christmas,
Yeah,
yeah.
Christmas gift. My mom gave me a recipe book with a couple of her recipes, and we're gonna be filling it up.
Dude, that's. Have you tried any, or have you done any?
Not yet. I gotta get. I know. I gotta get on it.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be like some in there. You gotta like work your way up, you know. Like some are like the ultimate challenge to do, and then some are like, all right, these are good. So it's like the simple like was it not mac and cheese? What was it? The macaroni salad that we had with the ribs at one time. That was good stuff.
Oh yeah, hamstring's good macaroni salad.
Right, and then for the group, the last thing I'll be cutting is the I think it's French roll or is it sourdough? I think I grabbed a sourdough. I did, yeah, sourdough bread. Do you like that, right? Sourdough is your favorite. That's what I thought. Like, what is?
Like baguettes like this. I like French bread.
Oh, it is. Damn, I literally put that down. That's the funny part.
French bread's really good. Yeah, I'm not really much of a. I don't have baguettes that often. I'm really simple. White bread, sometimes wheat, sourdoughs. Yeah, I'm basic. I'm telling you, I'm basic.
Let me get that wiped down. All right, I'm gonna give the oil college try and turn this on, and then I might need you. Red light is on. This is pretty ignorant of me. Is this electric? Or oh, it is. Okay. Let me see where this arrow is pointed. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. Gucci Ming. We can actually, if you want to transport. So I'm gonna have Nightmare transport the fondue, the front. You don't. I wouldn't plug it in just yet. We'll get everything set up. Bread cut. Oh man, that's a really good. See, that's the thing is the suggestions. That's a really good one. That's surprisingly that's not on any list. Oh yeah, you gotta give it a go. That's the doomsday prep, you know, the doomsday stuff. Oh yeah, I love that when you get like a bunch of packs from Costco and then they go bad. Eat healthy. Where? Is this yours, Nightmare, or is this your roommate's? The Oh damn, that's such a good.
I made yeah, that's my boiling pot. I got it from my parents, and I made that's really good for making mashed potatoes, or boiling the potatoes for mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Dude, it's oh, that
For
thing
the
is money.
convenience of how big it is too,
Yeah.
because it's like you can fit a lot of food in there. And the electric, this is I think the first time I've ever used one. An electric stove. I don't think I've ever. Do you have one? That's a fancy cabinet, Mammoth. Fancy. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, that's what we have at I feel tricked with the electric. Yeah, should go lower on the. Okay, it does that. It's like we didn't start the fire.
Because Ryan started the fire.
This looks like a Ghostbusters. Like if you're gonna put a ghost in the. It is alive. Yeah. Oh, is that another Office? Yeah. Office is like Simpsons or South Park. You can always relate to like. There's somehow you can tie it back to an episode.
There's always a situation where you be like, oh, it's like an episode from The Office when.
Yeah. Did they do I saw something about like a reunion. Is that
It
is that a
wasn't.
thing?
I don't know if it's what you were looking at, but they did like a quarantine reunion where like they all got on like a Zoom call, but it was like a pre-recorded thing, and it was like totally underwhelming. Where they just kind of did like a TikTok dance or something, and it was like, this isn't a reunion. This is just you guys. And it wasn't even a real Zoom call. It was like they each recorded their own little dance, and then they sent it to whoever was editing, and they put it in to make it look like a Zoom call.
Oh, that's the worst. So it wasn't even in unison or anything. Like
Well, it was like they were all playing at the same time, but it just looked like that they had all just pre-recorded something and sent it in, and they edited it together.
that's how a lot of so a lot. I mean, I'm in an industry where we have virtual conferences, and a lot of conferences that went from physical to virtual. A lot of them. I'm not saying all of them, but most of them, especially a professional one, like more of the professional ones, they do pre-recorded sessions. So essentially, you're watching like a YouTube video. It gives that like it's just that's essentially what you're doing. So but people pay good money. I mean, depending on what it is, I would imagine certain stuff like Twitch, they don't do that. It's probably a live. Because the Comic Con was out. Did you guys check that out? That was free. The virtual one. Theirs was you could tell most of the sessions were recorded. I can't even imagine the type of like where they stored all that information. You know what I mean? The data. Like think about all that. Like that data is like gonna need a bigger boat.
I mean, we also have croutons too, so we're stacked.
Here.
We are stacked with delicious food to be able to eat. Probably out of battery.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Let's shift the bad boy. Yeah. Man, this is crazy. I would have thought this stove was a gas based on the way it looked initially, and then I was like, I was really thrown off that. So I got
Those coils are a dead giveaway. It's so gross.
Got a mind tone. So we got a tower of bread here. Bring this over to you guys. Let's see.
Dude, if we all went to Korean barbecue at one time, they might just be like, no.
Is Korean barbecue? Are they open? Have
Hmm.
they have?
Some places are open. Yeah, I went in Arizona. That was really
Oh,
good. That
oh
place was
man.
so dude. So they didn't have rice paper, and I thought like, oh man, what kind of place doesn't have rice paper?
Mhm.
And then we started eating, and like I figured out like if you don't have rice paper with your Korean barbecue, you can eat so much.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, you can eat
yeah. The
so
meat.
much.
Yeah, they're like keep eating this rice paper, and that's gonna be yeah. Those are what are some things that you're like. I mean, I think most things are opening up now, but what are things that like you miss pre-COVID? You know, where it's like what was that? Soup plantation. That is
Goodbye,
a
soup plantation.
rest in peace.
Yeah, pretty much buffets are like, I think I would never like I don't wasn't like a frequenter of a buffet, but
Hmm.
having the option is really nice, and not having one now is
Salad bar at
salad
Sizzler had
bar.
one. That's probably gone.
I liked the soup, like I did like soup plantation just because I really like soups. That's why I really like pho and I do like fondue and stuff like this.
Yeah, soup plantation's like one of those. You feel like it's supposed to be bad, but then you're like, this is really good. It's priced just right. You know, where you're like, this isn't that bad at all.
Where can you get affordable clam chowder any day of the week?
Yeah,
Like, come on.
that's another thing. It's like it's amazing how inexpensive like they kept uh they kept that place despite it being in places like California. Like that was so it was always like marketable where you're like you could save so much money coming here and you're getting like at least three or four. I mean salad can build up, you know. Like when you're eating it, if you keep throwing like ranch and
Yeah.
bacon on it.
Yeah, the Korean barbecue out in Arizona that I was talking about, like, you know how you always kind of feel like you want to beat the buffet or beat the Korean barbecue by like eating more than the value of that you paid kind of thing. Yeah, usually with Korean barbecue, I always feel like I didn't get the value out of it or I didn't win. This one, I definitely won. I
Oh, interesting.
definitely beat the Korean barbecue place. I had so much meat and delicious goodness.
Yeah, I think for me, it depends. I when I was in college or when we were going, I'd say pretty much between the ages of like 18 and like mid 20s, I felt like I could just eat so much there. And then I got to the point where it's like, man, I kind of feel nasty after I eat it for too much. I'm like the meat's really good. Like, is it bulgogi or bulgogi?
Bulgogi is really good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, like that. But after you've eaten maybe like four trays of that, you're just like, man, I feel nasty.
it's the sugar. It's the
Yeah,
sugar
it's
in the
like,
thing.
yeah, that's probably that also is probably you can like based on your you said rice paper, rice paper. Yeah, based on saying if you get rid of the rice paper, what else are things you can get at? So if you were bulgogi, you take that out, and like stuff that doesn't have sugar or like extra stuff on it, you could probably keep going forever. You know?
Yeah, this place had the expensive menu. It was like $5 more, and it came with like spicy shrimp. It came with ribeye steak, like, but it was so
And you
good.
got that too.
Yeah, and then you got I got that too, and then we ordered like I don't know how many plates of brisket. We ordered so much brisket. It was so good.
Yeah, brisket's like that. That's that safe one that first timers there. Everyone's like brisket just sounds like an American word. Is it an American word? Brisket? American? Is it?
To Google.
Yeah, because I feel like it's one of those words everybody's like, oh, brisket. You know, it sounds like something you would see at a Texas Roadhouse, but also at a Korean barbecue place. It could be 100% wrong. You just typically take this out, right, Emmer?
Middle English. So yeah, it's basically yeah, it's rooted in English.
Hmm.
But I love brisket because it's like a blank slate. Like you could do so much with it. Like you could dip it in sauce. You can, you get that seasoned salt. You could dip it in the seasoned salt. You can put it in the sweet sauce. You can put it in the spicy. You could mix it with the vegetables. You can do so much with the brisket. It's like a blank slate. You can do whatever you want to it, and it's still got that nice meaty, delicious taste to it on its own. But like if you start adding stuff to it, game over, man.
What stuff you add to it?
Me personally, I like to dip it in the chili sauce, and then I just lightly dip it in the seasoned salt. Ah, that is, I could eat that for hours.
That's another thing that you could also add to if we did a steak fondue tonight. Chili sauce would go pretty good with that steak, I feel like, depending on what kind of meat it is.
Yeah,
or
true.
what kind of cut, you know? What's the, not hoisin, what's that, Worcester, is it called Worcester sauce? Have you ever had that?
Yeah, Worcestershire sauce. Yeah.
How do you say it?
Worcestershire.
Oh, man,
Yeah, that's
that's not happening today.
yeah.
I can't get social studies right.
Just say
time, so.
beef vinegar. That's pretty much.
Beef vinegar.
We have some Worcestershire sauce. We want to toss it in there. It's really good.
No, I'm not gonna do a cheese. Not gonna do the cheese.
Delicious Worcestershire. Worcester.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna shift this one, and I'm making make sure he's not in it. I'm gonna shift this over, and then put it down. Yeah. You're good. You're good. I'm gonna make sure you're in. All right. So we're gonna be shifting you guys over to the and start getting on with the spinning. Or what we can do is just put it here, right here. Yeah, there you go. That's like, oh, that you're like the what's the ooh, this is an action shot. Double trouble here. Yeah, I'll get it. Let me do it. You guys want to make sure that there, and then actually, yeah, I'll sit over there. That'll make the most sense, huh? Put these here. Actually, I'll put. You're gonna probably munch on these the most. And then, oh, I got it. I got it. Here. Yeah, because this is the. This got a good sight. Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, it's got that. Like I said, this fondue thing's from 20. It was like $20 at Target, so you're getting the cheaper version. Like I said, you can do fondue on a budget. Yeah, so whisk. Yeah, I think you're actually pretty good there. 'Cause I doubt it's gonna see him, right? Oh yeah, perfect. So yeah, it warms really quickly. Yeah, this thing will go to town. Do you mind, Nightmare? Do you mind getting me when you're done doing that the white wine? I'm gonna do a little bit more and just toss a little more in here. Gracias. Let's do a little bit more white wine. I might have done too much cheese.
Coach, you are a silly goose.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you changed it. There we go. I'm gonna do that and then add a little more. Worst thing about using this, like this thing, is it's the cheaper you go on one of these products, like it's unpredictable on how it sets.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm turning it up. I turned it up like really slowly.
Yeah.
Because I've nuked this thing.
Tell us how you do it.
Okay, so just keep spinning. So like I mentioned, we're using an on budget Target fondue cooker. So it's gonna take a little bit to get cooking, but I'll slowly heat it up, just to so it doesn't get burned. It's so possible. As you can see, the cheese is starting to really melt in right now. But we've had so many situations, especially myself and my wife, where the cheese just gets like really nasty really fast. So it's just constant whisking. And then I'm gonna slowly increase heat. You can see it's got that. Definitely that nutmeg's giving it that unique color.
I feel like your wife.
No comment. You can see kind of a bubbling. That's going to be, again, depends on the fondue that you got going on. Bubbling is going to be happening. This is very liquefied.
Yeah, you want it as nice and what's it called? What's that word? Viscous as possible.
And so this is one of these occasions where maybe too much wine was added, because you definitely got a little bit more liquid. But again, it's one of those things. Cheese is hard. It's really hard to mess this part up when it's too liquefied. I think for when we move over to the chocolate fondue, that's where you can really mess things up very quickly. But either too liquefied, and when chocolate gets that way, it sucks. But I think I'm gonna let Nightmare do the first honors. Hopefully this is.
I'm gonna fix the.
I'm gonna keep stirring and stirring. I'm gonna let
you want to come a little closer to me.
Yeah.
That way you get a shot.
And then first honors, go ahead and grab whatever you want. My favorite bread's obviously a winner. Let's see. And then I don't know. You want to grab your plate?
Oh yeah, chicken plates.
Yeah, let me grab you. How's it going?
Sorry. Oh yeah.
Plates are over there. Right there. Where's Ray? Keep it stirring. Keep it stirring. Nicely done. I'm gonna shift it right here. Wow, came out really good.
Yeah. Can you just throw a couple of broccoli?
You want potato?
Yeah.
I just kind of do. You're gonna have any?
Sure.
It's not overkill. It's not overkill, unlike the wine. So it's not like there's not gonna be any buzzing.
Oh yeah, no.
It got cooked out, huh?
Pretty much.
That's probably my favorite for sure. Doing broccoli with it.
Dude, cheesy broccoli is the best.
It is. It's like, we could have even gone longer on the steaming. That's.
Oh my god. Is it Friday? I'm gonna go to work tomorrow after this. This is like. I sleep so good tonight. Ah!
What do you think?
She's good. Broccoli's a little rough.
Yeah, broccoli could have gotten steamed a little bit longer. Yeah, when you steam the broccoli like perfectly, it's a sweet spot because I mean, there's times when I've steamed it, if you over steam it, it like doesn't. It starts falling out.
It's mushy.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. There's a lot of sweet spots. It's like hollandaise sauce, my nemesis. What do you think, though?
Good.
Gracias. Oh, you're the man. Thank you.
I'll grab you one. Mini.
Yeah, these need longer too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you always don't really know.
I want to try with these croutons.
They have to be made in with the garlic too.
Huh?
With the garlic. It's garlic, it sounds right.
Yeah. Well, this one's seasoned. This one's cheese and garlic.
I think we'll let the viewers go for a little bit. You want to do that?
What?
Let the viewers go for a little.
Just eat.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna munch this down, and then when we come back, I would say what time is it now?
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. I would say the way how fast we're gonna eat this. I'd say 7:30. We'll be jumping back on maybe a little bit earlier than that to start the chocolate fondue part. That one's a really, really quick eat. Really good stuff too. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. And just stay on, take a break, go get some fondue stuff, and cook with us.